Welcome to Business Networking and Referrals. I'm Faithann Basore, and here we're making the invisible parts of networking visible, things like conversations, body language, and connection, so you can build real relationships that lead to referrals. Let's get into today's episode. Today's episode is a solo episode, and we're going to talk about themes for the summer when it comes to delivering your elevator pitch at your networking meeting. One of the nice strategies you can use when you are introducing yourself at a networking meeting during this time where the whole room is paying attention to you, the formal introduction time or pitch time, is pick up on what people are already thinking about. And we're in summer at the time of this recording. We are smack dab into summer. School is out, kids are home. And this is a theme that you can pick up on and use in your pitch quite effectively. Here's an easy way to use a summer theme when you're introducing yourself. I have been searching on Facebook recently and I found a cleaning company, and I don't know this cleaning company, but they're local to my area, Sunbloom Cleaning Services. So one of their posts talks about graduation, like college graduation, and getting your deposit back. So they are incorporating this time of year where college students are leaving for the summer. Maybe people are moving out. Maybe parents have paid for a college student to be in a rent house over the course of a semester, a school year, and now it's time to have that college student move out. And so they're capitalizing on what's happening now in this social media post about getting your deposit back. So hire them and you'll get your deposit back because they're going to come in and clean and make everything right like it was when the college student first moved in. So we do it on social media all the time. I see it all the time. Companies take advantage of seasonal trends. They take advantage of what's going on. They take advantage of news stories. Well, we can do the same thing when we are introducing ourselves at a networking meeting. And the reason why this is good is because people will pay attention to what's relevant in their lives. And it could be that graduation is relevant to them. Maybe their niece or nephew is graduating. Maybe their son or daughter is graduating. Maybe they have a best friend that's graduating from college and is going to move out of a college house of some sort. So, what that would sound like if you were going to incorporate graduation and moving out into your elevator pitch, if you were a cleaning company, you could say something like, "This week, I'm looking for your friend who has a son or daughter who's just graduated from college and is moving out of their college housing or moving out of a house they're renting." And they're going to be saying things like, "I really hope Johnny gets his deposit back. I don't know how clean he kept the house while he was living there." Or I'm going to have to help Mary move out, and I really don't want to spend my time cleaning the house so that I can get my deposit back. So that's what you can tell the room to be listening for, is people wondering if they're going to get their deposit back while they are in the process of moving. And that will be something likely that at least a few people in the room will have people in their lives that situation is relevant. So instead of standing up and saying, "I'm Mary with such and such cleaning, and I do commercial and I do residential and I can do this and I can do that and I'm awesome and I'm quick to follow up and I have four cars and I have 6 employees that work for me and I have this and I have that and we can do this and we can do that, and by the way, here's my side project." Instead of that kind of pitch, we can take what's relevant right now to people and then ask the people in the room to look for people that they know, that they have influence over, who are in this relevant situation. And then we give them a question to ask, to plant a seed or to bring up the idea of an introduction. Here's another summer theme that you all could capitalize on is kids being home for the summer. So now we're moving from college age kids down to elementary school kids and preschool kids. They're home for the summer. There are many in my network that are talking about this right now. These are moms, they are business owners, and their kids are home for the summer. Well, could you ask for introductions when you are doing your pitch to those moms whose kids are home for the summer? And could your business help a mom who now has a new schedule to adjust to? So there are so many different ways you could go with this. Does that mom need more energy? Does that mom need meal planning? Does that mom need an extra cleaning, house cleaning? Does the mom need an easy way to have her car detailed? We can speak to convenience. If you have a service-based company, speak to the convenience, the extra convenience that mom now will appreciate. She doesn't have as much flexibility in her daily routine because her kids are home. So if you were a mobile car detailing company, you could ask, I'm looking for that mom whose kids are now home for the summer. And the kids are in the car more and they're dropping the French fries more than they used to be. And they are getting crumbs and the gum is stuck in the bottom of the seat. And it's just been something that mom has been meaning to take care of. And now that summer's here and the kids are home, she now really doesn't have the time to go take her vehicle to get detailed. That's who I'm looking for. And that mom is going to be saying things like, oh, my car, it's just so dirty. These kids, uh, I would love to have more time to go and take it in to get it cleaned. So then you tell the room the question to ask, what would it be like if you had a mobile car detailer that could come to you and you wouldn't have to leave your house at all? What would that be like? So you introduce the idea of another business owner. Before you introduce the business owner, you introduce the idea of that business owner. You have to give the people in the room an easy way to plant a seed about bringing you up that makes it not sound salesy, but that really does help the people they have influence over imagine what it would be like if they could hire those people, if they could hire you. Now, here's another summer theme: fireworks. And there's two ways you can go for this. Do you have a product or service that would make a 4th of July party easier? That's one direction. I'm looking for the friends in your life who have a big fireworks party every year and they invite all the neighbors to their 4th of July party. When you hear them planning for that party, ask them, have you considered? And then if you are a company that would somehow make a 4th of July party better, now there's your pitch. I'm looking for the family or the parents, the neighbors, pick one of those, or neighbors that you're close to or friends that you're close to, pick one that host a large 4th of July gathering every year. When you hear them planning the 4th of July gathering, ask them, have you considered? And then your whatever that service is going to be. It could be, now for me, for Window Cleaning Plus, I used this actually many times around this time of year. I'm looking for the friend in your life who hosts a large holiday 4th of July party. When you're invited to that party, or when you hear your friend making plans for the party, ask them, have you considered having the windows cleaned? This would be a perfect time to do it. So there's other companies. Have you considered having the gathering catered? Have you considered getting the house cleaned professionally. What would it be like if you didn't have to clean your house in preparation for this gathering? The two questions now that I'm loving for connecting or introducing the idea of a referral is, what would it be like if, and have you considered? So the what would it be like if is you just take the problem and you just make the opposite true. What would it be like if you didn't have to clean your house? If that could be taken off of your to-do list when it comes to this party, what would that be like? Or have you considered hiring a cleaning service for this party? That's one less thing you have to do, right? That's very casual. It's very what one friend would say to another. It's not salesy, it's just what one friend would say to another, what a family member would say to another family member. And then they get to decide how they react. And then you get to decide if you want to just drop it or if you think an introduction would be a good idea based on their reaction. But we can pick up on these summer themes, what people are already thinking about in our pitches. And it's going to cause people to pay more attention to us if we're speaking to something that's already happening in their life. Now, the other way you can go with the 4th of July theme is you can do it metaphorically. So when we look at 4th of July fireworks, they are exciting and they're fresh and they're awe-inspiring. So you could compare the insights that you give your clients after working with you to like fireworks. It was like fireworks went off when she realized that XYZ. This theme of fireworks being a metaphor would probably work a little easier if it was inserted into a testimonial. So it would sound like recently a client had an insight and it was like fireworks went off in her business. She realized that whatever it is you deliver, and then was able to, the result that you give your clients. So you can do it, you can incorporate it like a metaphor for something that is powerful, explosive, but you'd want to explosive good, not explosive bad. So powerful, attention grabbing. So you could say, just like when we watch those fireworks, they grab our attention. Recently, a client was able to grab the attention of her prospects through whatever you offer. So that's a nice way to use this fireworks theme in a testimonial. The final way we can use a summer theme in our pitch is we can talk about vacations. Vacations are on people's minds right now. And let's not let the travel agents have all the fun when it comes to talking about vacations. Because again, you can do it as a metaphor, a vacation from, and then you do the pain point. An IT company could say, I am looking for the stressed out business owner who wants a vacation from technology problems. You could use it if you're a virtual assistant. I give business owners a vacation from tasks that don't require their expertise. If you had a virtual assistant business, you could say, I'm looking for the business owner who wants a vacation from all of the mundane, ordinary, repetitive tasks that are in their business. So that's another theme. And then recently I was with a business owner. We were talking, and she said that her skincare products make people look as if they've come back from vacation. So that's another thing. If you're in the health and beauty space, you could talk about looking like you've just come back from vacation, or you could even talk about feeling like you've just come back from a vacation, feeling as rested as someone would feel if they're on vacation. And you can use that. I'm looking for that stressed out, high performing corporate employee who wants to feel like they've just come back from a vacation. when it comes to, and then if you have a service that you offer or a product that you offer that gives people the feeling of a vacation, just using the word vacation in your pitch can kind of help people pay attention because vacations are on their mind. You could even talk about before a vacation and after a vacation. So I'm looking for the friends you know who are getting ready to go on vacation. When you hear them making their plans, ask them if they might consider a fill in the blank before they go. What would be the things that people could do before they go on vacation? What are all those last minute things that they need to do before they go on vacation? And are you somebody, do you have a product or service that could expedite all of those last minute things? Or coming back from a vacation, do you have a product or service that could make coming back to their life after vacation easier? You all have all these different professions. There's so many different business owners out there. So I can't always think of all of the businesses that this would work for. When you're listening though, if you ask yourself, does my service or product make coming back from a vacation easier? If it does, use that in your pitch. I'm looking for the family who has just come back from a vacation. Or even I'm looking for the family who is planning a vacation. And then you ask the room to plant a seed about your service or product when they get back. One that comes to mind right now for me is just cleaning, house cleaning. You come back to a really nice clean house. There are, I'm sure, a lot of other services where this would make a lot of sense. It's like coming back to clean, fresh, new, easy, fill in the blank, whatever that might be for a family. And the emotional hook of that would probably make more sense when they've come back from vacation. So they may not hire you for any other time, but coming back from a vacation, they want to extend that feeling of ease and pleasure. They want that extended. So when you're saying, I'm looking for that family who's going to go on vacation, and you ask the room to plant a seed about when they come back, they're more likely to agree to that because they want to extend that time of ease and fun and special. So, those are just a few ways that you can incorporate a summer theme into your pitch. The best pitches paint a picture of who you're looking for, and the best pitches put the actual words that your clients are saying into the pitch so that the room can listen for the people in their life who are saying those things. So I'm looking for the family who is planning a vacation. They're saying things like, I really hope I can get everything done before we leave. When you hear them say, I really hope I can get all those details finished before I leave, ask them, well, have you considered, and then what your product or service does to either make it easier for them to go on vacation or makes it easier when they return? That's a great way to help the room understand what a good referral for you is and to plant a seed so that they can bring you up in a way that's not weird. They do not want to be your salesperson. What they want to do is be the friend that just makes a suggestion. Think about like when we make movie suggestions, the producers of the movies aren't calling us and saying, okay, I really, really need a lot of people to watch this movie. So I want you to try and get as many of your friends to watch this movie as you can. That just isn't how life works. So always be thinking, how can I make this easy for my network to bring me up? Just as easy as I just saw this great movie. you should go see it because it's great. And I really loved the actor and the actress. Can we make bringing us up that easy? If we can find a way to make bringing us up that easy, and if we have built rapport with those people in the room that are hearing our pitch, you will have a great success. We will have great success in getting those referrals. Let's make it easy for them and let's capitalize on these summer themes. Now, if you need some support around writing your pitch, if you would like a pitch written for you that takes into account your business, your ideal referral, that gives you all these elements of a good testimonial and a good referral ask and a good way to bring you up. If you would like support around that, book a 15-minute discovery call. It's free to book a call, and let's talk about some ways that we might work together to give you a pitch that you can give confidently, and that's going to make it easy for others to bring referrals to you. Go and network. I'm rooting for you.